that's where we'll start the show. What was that post game? You were juiced up.
Yeah, I was about to cry. You know what it's like after a game. You're about to cry. You're about to scream. You're just like jacked. And I probably had like 50 Zins at the time, and
hell yeah. Dialed
no free shout outs to Zen.
No free shout outs to Zen.
But you're scrolling the timeline. You see, you see the clips of Coach Lanning. You see the cocaine clip. You see Coach Lanning just letting out a primal yell and just
like during the whole thing.
He had all the emotions going on.
We're no different, right? Like you can't play anymore. This is the closest you can get to playing.
Yeah.
That's what those moments feel like. Like it's like that's how close you get to touching it,
Dude, you held what was it? You held Penn State to 6 points in the first 50 minutes of the game. Will's back seizing up.
We're gonna keep going.
All right. Talk to me about the defensive play to get the white boy getting over in the zone defense to pick that thing off. Like, take me through that play call, all that stuff, because I know you're a defensive-minded coach, and it was awesome to see, man. Like, everybody at the bus in the stream on Saturday night we're all rolling for the Ducks.
Especially when they had some life there in the second half.
I know, because it was momentum, and you kind of quieted the crowd, and all of a sudden, we're going to overtime. They're right in that game. So take me through that defensive call. We're in hell.
Here we go.
This weekend, they had some success, and we'd hold them all game, but we felt like they found something. They found a place to get extra hats, and we didn't have a great answer. I just remember flipping over to defense and saying, "Hey, look, you guys got to come up with something to come out of this play." And we got like, let's look at our Rolodex. What do we have? What do we not run? And then we have to have a plan for the score route, which is the route they ran there at the very, very end. So we need something that stops both, right? And we ran a call we hadn't ran all game. But we had practiced for this game. We had created really for those two plays, and we'd been talking about that route, all game, and hadn't seen it. And we get out there, and they give us a personnel that we're like, that's different than the personnel group we've ran this against in practice. But all right, let's give it a shot. And I thought Tosh, the defensive staff, did an unbelievable job of saying like, no, we went through everything. Like this is the way that we can stop both plays, and they ran it, and Dylan makes an unbelievable interception. If he wasn't there, Aaron Flowers was right there to play cleanup. We had a pressure on the quarterback.
You cut out there at the very end. I think he's back with us. I see him kind of
back.
He's back. He's back.
There is. I want to ask this question because as a player, and if you have a really good head coach, they set a good story for how the week's going to go, for how the game's going to go, and there's a philosophy or an analogy you live by. You were alluding to it in the presser after the game. Death by 1,000 cuts. Cut after cut after cut, and at the very end, you're going to hit him with one last cut, and it's going to be at the jugular. Was there a part of you that thought that jugular shot was when you went up 17-3 versus in OT when that interception happened?
No, so
because you started giving them they're going, they're done.
Yeah, so like throughout the game, you'll see our players doing it. Like we're all, hey, that's a cut, that's a cut. And I said, eventually, guys, we're going to hit a couple arteries and we're going to hit a couple jugulars. And I was telling them that was an artery. Like that's an artery. We got an artery, but like it ain't done. Like let's keep chopping. But I didn't know that was going to be something that went public. I guess. I mean, I should assume everything goes public now. But,
especially with you. The emotion you play with cameras.
It's like, hey, we're gonna hit cuts, and eventually we're gonna hit a couple arteries, and yeah, we hit one there, but it obviously wasn't enough. Like, unbelievable job by Penn State. Like, that team's a really good team. That's a hard place to play. That, like, driving up that tailgate, I haven't really seen much like that. That was really impressive.
What was it like playing at the Whiteout night game? And again, like hats off to you, the staff, and even the players too. You have a young, very talented team, and like a question mark going into it is there's going to be a lot of firsts for a lot of these guys traveling across the country and going into a place like Penn State to play against that team. Like, what was that experience like? Your kids handled it well. Talk us through that.
You always talk about trying to create chaos in practice, before you get to the game. And that's hard to replicate. Like, if I could have shipped in 100,000 fans to our practices this week, I would have. You couldn't do that. I talked to Urban Meyer before, and he talked about how there's really like hot spots in the game. It's going to be third down. It's going to be down when you're down by their student section. It's going to be the first play of the game. It's going to be every punt. So we carried around a lot of these turtle boxes. And like we had our speakers going, we had our sideline speakers going, we had our stadium speakers going, and then behind every huddle we had like 15 turtle boxes up on our guys, and we're just holding them over. And we did it, certain periods of practice. We call this period, hot spot period. We do it on punt, So I was really proud to walk out of the game. Our offensive line didn't have a single false start. Like that's a great example of the preparation paying off, and our guys handled that really well. We had 2 false starts, but it's actually from our tight ends. So I thought those guys handled the moment really, really well.
Yeah, it seems like you guys weren't phased at all by the noise during the game. Now, you had one running back in particular, and it happens to be that he's a Missouri running back.
Illinois. East St. Louis, I believe. The one who got me, right?
The one who got you. He ends up going off against Oregon. Is it Jay Harris? Is that who I'm talking about? Is that who the guy is?
It's actually De'Aaron Hill had but they're both from St. Louis. Jay and De'Aaron.
But Hill.
Now, De'Aaron went to high school at Althoff Catholic, which is in Illinois, but he's lived in both. He's been Missouri and been in Illinois both.
And Hill's the one that broke off Will Compton. Is that correct?
That's Jay. Jay broke off Will.
And Jay himself.
Right? But you could pick a player on our team. They could have broke off Will.
Well, I was going to say, while we're watching the stream, everyone in the stream's like, that's the guy that got Will. That's the guy that got Will. Would you say like Jay's confidence getting that 12-yard touchdown, did that come from spring when he went into Will Compton?
9-year vet.
I think a lot of our guys, after we went against an NFL player in practice and we were able to give him the business, I think a lot of our guys gained a lot of confidence that day. So, a lot of the credit belongs to Will, what he was able to do for our team in that moment.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
If there's one thing that Will Compton loves, it's taking credit for other people's success.
But if people want to say
he loves it, man. He loves every time Washington or the Raiders when he's like, if it wasn't for me, this would have never happened.
Hey, Lanning will tell you, us Missouri linebackers, man, we just got a weird chip on our shoulder at all times.
That's right.
That's right. You talked about your offensive line a little bit, and one of your offensive linemen, Harvey, who I had the opportunity to work out with in the spring game or spring practice, he has himself a little personal foul. Hits him with the old classic, guys walking behind him. You tap the heel, it hits the other foot, and he turns around. He's like, hey, he hit me in the face. Do you yell at him during that game, and then after that kind of watch the playback and laugh about it because you guys got the W?
Why I'm pissed is because I yelled at him 2 series before. I'm like, hey, man, whistle to whistle, right? Like, he goes, am I doing too much? I'm like, you're doing too much. Chill. Like, take a deep breath. Yeah. And then 2 series later, he gets that. He's like, damn it. Like, I know it. And I know I deserve to get yelled at right now. No, he played a great game. Like, he did really, really well all game. But, yeah, that was a frustrating one because it's like you saw it coming as a coach. The emotions are so high. You saw it from the sideline. All right, keep your composure. And then it happens. And it's really – I think you watch that and you're like, okay, was the flag necessary there? If you were watching that the whole time, you're like, I don't know, but it happens. And that's the kind of thing you can't let somebody else have control of. So that's a great learning moment for Alex. He played, like I said, he played a really good game. That's one I know he wishes he had back, especially considering he got a warning before it ever happened from myself and his offensive line coach.
I love it.
Speaking of penalties, can we talk about how confusing the targeting rule is?
Oh yeah.
Because that shot, I guess by rule, he's not like a defenseless receiver.
What?
But you look at
wild.
I know, dude, I know. It's like I see people talking about it. I'm thinking to myself, look at Whit Weeks a couple weeks ago, LSU, Florida, and he's just out on the perimeter making a hell of a play as a linebacker, and he gets kicked out from the game. It happened in Alabama, Georgia as well. But bro, like what are they explaining to you when it's like, bro, if we're talking about player safety, like this dude just got destroyed helmet to helmet.
Jay Lamar is a beast, man. Be able to handle that. But somebody told me I had something to do with hairline. And I saw a meme afterwards on Twitter of like a hairline, like all the way back to here. Like, if that isn't head, I guess I shouldn't say anything. I don't know. I thought it was targeting. I definitely thought it was targeting.
That's a good job of recomposing yourself just now.
Yeah.
What are they like? What are the referees like? What are officials saying to you in that moment when you're like, guys, like here's the replay. We're watching it together. Like how
they didn't play it in the stadium, obviously, so they didn't play the replay up top. Because everybody in the stadium that would have seen that replay would have been like, "Oh, he's done," right? Anybody would have seen that. Like, if that's not, I don't know what is. So, all they tell you is we're looking at it up top. We're looking at it up top. So it's really frustrating as a coach, and you're like, "What are they looking at? What do they see?" Because it felt like one that was pretty clear, and I guess it wasn't. You got to stick to what the rules are, and the rules obviously say that was not targeting.